Szép estét! Folytatjuk a Lost Judgement-et, mint látjátok a címből. Csak kicsit bemelegítőbe vagyunk. Ó. Ennyi HP-val. Csak mondom. Eye of the Dragon. Nem erőszakoljuk ezt. Na, ott folytatjuk, hogy Chapter 9, Weight of Guilt. Itt hagytuk abba. Múltkor. Szevasz, Misi. Na, az előző a rész tartalmából.
Gowanna is pursued by RK, the crime ring running Kamurocho. Determined to prevent any more deaths, Yagami searches high and low for the handyman, but the search leads to a maze of dead ends. As the situation becomes dire, a lifeline appears at the other end of a phone. The caller offers a lead, one that expires too quick for comfort.
Igen, az előző részben megszúrták Kaitót, és most a bár tulajdonosával kell beszéljünk, aki elvileg Somának valamilyen rokona. Nem, Somának, Kuvánának. Ami nem az egben a Kittakata neve egyébként. Ennyit tudunk. Mindenben a Zsák utca. Most sietnünk kell. Szóval 10 percünk van odaérni. És ha nem érünk oda, akkor többet nem hallunk róla. Elütöttek! Itt egy darab szart! Milyen a kibaszott forgalom? Pontok fogalma sincs mire jók, de gyűjtjük. Majd egyszer kiderül. Ebben a kocsmában már voltunk amúgy. Survive bar, a túlélő bár, jazz és karaoke. Na menjünk be. Jaj. Jobbulás neki.
Glad you could make it.
You the owner of Siren?
Yeah. Let's take this to the bar. Follow me.
Jó kis zongora van itt. Itt lehet énekelni, amit akarsz. Várjál, jött leülök. Mit ittunk már ittem? Egy recsnépet kérek, margaritát.
Starving. Now we're talking. Pretty tasty, thanks.
Na. By the way, Hali. Akkor jégkocka
I
tök
hear
meg
you're a Kamurocho detective.
Yeah,
Az.
and you're a distant relative of Kawana's. Can I ask your name?
Nyilván nem.
No need. This will be the only time we meet.
Az egyetlen alkalom, amikor találkozunk.
But to Kawana-kun, I guess you'd call me his uncle-in-law.
Ő az unokája.
Everyone's got a dumbass uncle in the family. And that's me. After all, I'm ex-Yakuza.
Igen, egy
Based in
ex-yakuza.
Yokohama?
Yeah, the Seiryu clan. After I got out, I looked after the shop for 20 years. Till today.
Ó, hogy
You
20
mean
éve ezt a
Siren,
bár.
right? What'll happen to it once you've skipped town?
None of your concern.
Nem a mi dolgunk az, hogy
Fair
lesz a
enough.
bár.
Guess you detective types can't help but ask questions.
So you two are related. I noticed you didn't mention Kawana being an alias.
Done your homework, I see.
Most róla beszéljünk. Nem. Mondjuk el, hogy tudjuk, hogy
His real
Kitakata.
name's Kitakata. At least that's what the Kamurocho thugs called him.
You're trying to see if I'll give up his name. That's not why I'm here.
Okay.
Well, you see, Kawana-kun wanted me to stop by his office and grab something for him.
Such as?
A pack of cigarettes with a lighter inside. Thing is, it was gone by the time I got there.
Don't you mean a USB stick made to look like a lighter? Let's not beat around the bush here.
See, I figured you'd grabbed it.
So of all things, Kawana wanted you to pick this up?
Yes. And he prefers to keep that content private. So, if you could just hand that over.
Persze! Az egyetlen bizonyíték, ami van, azt, hogy adjam át
Now I'm
neki.
curious. Care to tell me what's on here?
Would you hand it over if I did?
No. I'd still need to confirm you told the truth.
Can't you tell Kawana-kun's backed into a corner here? Asking an old man to help was his only choice. Let's be honest.
Oké,
I couldn't
szinkronvilág.
take that thing from you if I wanted to. All I can do is appeal to your sense of decency.
Well, I've got to say, that's more persuasive than threats ever would be. But if you really want me to give this up, at least let me see Kawana.
I'd consider that, but he's already long gone. He was ready to cut out at the drop of a hat.
If that's the case, unfortunately, I'll need to hold on to this. A high school teacher was killed by the thugs that went after Kawana. Her name was Yoko Sawa, a young woman dedicated to her career.
Igen, nem adjuk oda.
I'd met her while investigating the murder of a student teacher. But while trying to get her side of the story, I ended up running into Kawana outside her apartment. Do you know anything about this woman?
I don't.
You're really drawing a blank? You don't know anything about criminals coming all the way from Kamurocho just to get at Kawana? Do you
Igen.
at least know how they're connected to Sawa-sensei?
Again, that's a negative.
And this flash drive's my only concrete lead. If it's so important to Koana, he should have come himself, rather than send a middleman.
Don't be so hard on him. I'm the one who taught him all his tricks.
Oh, ő tanította
You saying
trükköket.
Koana's ex-Yakuza too?
Nah, he was just your average civvy before all this. But circumstances as they were, he had no choice but to go underground. That's when he came to a Gene show, and I took him under my wing. I'm the one who suggested the handyman thing. But he took to the underground with real gusto.
What do you mean, gusto?
I'm not just talking him up. He had good reasons for diving headlong into the shadows.
Good reasons. Care to give me one or two?
You'll understand once you see what's on the lighter. Both Koana-kun's past and his purpose.
Mi van ezen a flash drive-on? Most már tudni akarom.
That takes care of everything I have to say.
Not sure it's such a good idea for me to just let you leave.
Thinking about stopping me wouldn't be wise. This joint doesn't take kindly to that behavior.
That's why this is the safest place in a Gene show, huh?
Yep, and I'm glad your face is the last one I'll see in this city.
Köszönöm, drága. Meg önnek is vágott arcú úriember, aki csúnyán nézett rám. Bár erős a gyanúm, hogy itt kivenve nem lesz olyan jó a dolgom. Na. Egy kis ilyent is dobott. Ebben a városrészben, hogy még hopp. Micsoda véletlen szerencs, hogy pont most jutott eszembe, hogy ebben a városrészben még nem néztünk a mókusok körmére.
What the? It's drawing. I can hear it. What could this mean?
Like transmission.
Getting warmer. Should be around here. Bingo. Here we go. Bingo.
Megoldva a mókus ügy. Ez milyen ruha te? Death Outfit Idol. What? Ez az utolsó ruha vajon? Na, de egy mókit megtaláltunk. Na, vissza a Yokohamába. Jaj, ne. Elkapott. Elfelejtettem, hogy nem a kígyóm vagyok. Dagízzon, az nagyot üt, még mindig. De a cölöplerő ellen akkor is telhetetlen. EX move-val lehet őket kezelni. Jézusom ereje. Bazd meg, Jézus. Nem csak. Megvan, mit kell csinálni, most már rájöttem. Jó időben volt.
And stay down.
100 fucking 1000, ennyi volt a ruha is. Ki is fizettettük vele. Ablak felett fehér házon? Várjál, Isaac, nem hagyjuk parlagon, ha tényleg láttad. És Isaacnek sas szeme van, baszod. Pardon, Isaac. Testeljük csak le rajtatok, amit az előbb észleltem. Hogy leszed ezeket észre, Isaac? Én ülök a képernyő előtt, és jobban, majd nagyobb monitoron nézem. Eresztél el?
Really, guys?
De az ott egy izés mókus, ugye?
Suspicious. Destroying.
Igen, ez a kettes mókus, úgyhogy drónozni kell majd, ez biztos, de meg kell találjuk az egyes mókust hozzá. Csak azért problémás, mert aki ezek azt megtaláltad. Kell majd egy egyes, ami elvezet ide a kettes, ez nehogy már könnyű dolgod legyen. Kérdés, hogy az, hogy hol a francban van a nagy gyes mókus. Az sem biztos, hogy erre lesz. Mindegy, azt feljegyeztük, hogy ott van egy 2-es mókus a háznak a falán. Kérdés az, hogy hol az 1-es. Várjál! Itt van. Jó el van dugva, baszki, fel nem tűnt volna. Ez egy transmission-es mókus.
Here we go. Bingo, what could this mean?
Egy biztos, hogy itt már drónoznunk kell. Csak haja. This might be useful. Találtuk egy zsák kutyakaját. Miért? Volt egy skill, amit azt írta, hogy az ilyen dizedett enemiknél tudom használni. Látjátok? Lehet, hogy nem ennél volt. Itt 5 tigrisnél volt. Igen. Stunnolt enemiken működik. Várjátok. Csak kíváncsi vagyok, hogy ez csak akkor működik, amikor az EX-ben vagyunk? Teszt! Nem, ez nem az. Neked is elég halálos volt ez a gyomorszájon verő 4000. Majd rájövök, hogy kell. A kocsit a tégre se ugrottam még fel. Köszönöm ezek a mókusért.
Oh, great. It's Claw Guy. You were with the Yuma, right?
They see you brought your little posse from Tokyo. You like to trust an outsider.
Posse? Wait, don't tell me you think I'm arcane. They're not even close to me.
Ó, Istenem.
Hey, Tesso, you got this all wrong.
Seriously, komolyan boss fight? Szükség volt a stamina extra. Atyaságos Isten. Hát csak így azt a tonfát. Régi nagy kedvenc osztó. Oh, atyaságos úristen! Tetszó sorra. Ja, MOCSKOS HP-t nem láttam. Milyen szép dodge-ok voltak?
Hey!
Gyere, Tesso! Tomfa action! Igen, Tesso, gyere! Elmész a faszomba. Meg vagy. Bazd meg! Annyira rossz, bazd meg, de az EX move már nem védi a sebzést. Annyira hozzá voltam szokva az előző részben, hogy baszki, hogyha EX move-ba voltunk, akkor...
Hey!
El is eljátszuk, Teszó. Jó. Az irányt kell nézni. Kapta az inverst. Come on, man. Már ráiszunk. És ráhozunk egy staminát. Ooh, damn dodge skills, man. Ezt a kúró kunai dobálást befejezhetnénk. Azt már ezt nem lehet egyszerűen hárítani, ezt a parasztot. Na végre. Tudom, hogy ilyen harc egy kicsit nehezebb. Aztán olyan szinten zabálja le a HP-mat ez a paraszt köcsög, hogy az valami félelmetes. És bleedet is okozott. Anyu! Isaac, láttad ezt? Olyat recsett, meghalt a vállam. Jó.
Damn it.
Come on, man. Who paid you to jump me this time?
These Kamurocho douchebags show up, strutting around like they own our city. Then I hear some teacher chick gets killed after a break-in. Fuckers. Someone let him into Ijincho, right? Right?
Look, I can see why you're pissed. But you figured coming after me was the answer?
Figured I could at least try beating a few out of you. Office visits ain't my style. What I don't appreciate is Kamurocho trash. Now why are they here, Yagami?
I'd like to find that out myself. But I'll tell you this much, I'm not your enemy. I was first on the scene of that murder. I knew the woman personally. The culprit is RK's leader, a guy named Soma.
Shit. Serious? Then why's the rest of his crew here with him? A lot of muscle just to ice one lady.
They're after a local handyman, Kawana. You know him?
Yeah, matter of fact, I do. Why they want him so bad?
I'm looking into that now. Which
Yeah,
is
I
why
should
they're
do,
still
yeah.
after me. Not to mention they stabbed my partner. So the more you get in our way, the slower this'll go. You understand then?
How's about I make you the deal of a lifetime?
So
So long as RK's messing around in my city. I don't mind calling you a brother.
really? Just like that?
Sure. But I get to be Aniki, of course.
Ja, jössz a
really think this
bátyod.
With me on that, brother? Decide. Annie, just shoot me a location and it's done. We'll...
Igen, egyébként segítség nem árt nekünk sem ezekkel a liumángosokkal. Kellenek, mert... De ezt a most én megcsináltam, igaz? Ugye, Isaac? Javíts ki a tévedek, de én ezt...
What the? What could this mean?
Én ezt már megcsináltam.
Signal's close. Getting warmer. Bingo.
De ezt a cipőt én már megtaláltam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Biztos ilyet. Igen, de most meg lehet, hogy meghaltam közben, és akkor ezt nem mentette le. Azt simán el tudom képzelni.
I was just thinking of calling you, Yagami-shi. I heard Kaito-san got stabbed at Siren.
Is that true, Yagami-san?
Look, I promise I'll fill you in, but right now I really need Tsukumo's help.
With what?
I found a USB drive at Kawana's hideout. It was disguised to look like a lighter. We have to know what's on it.
Igen, csak amikor az újztosával látva valami védelemmel, és csak Tsukumo
So,
tudja feltenni.
Kaito-san was attacked by that Soma guy too.
Yeah, while we were chasing Kawana, Soma popped up and got him right in the gut. Almost got me too, to be honest.
You're saying one guy almost single-handedly took down the Yagami Detective Agency?
It's true. And right after, I got a call from Kawana's purported relative, who wanted me to hand over the flash drive. Apparently, what's on it will tell us Kawana's true identity and goal.
Most beszéltem
When I
Akanéval.
open it, all I see is one data file.
Egy dátum.
What?
Egy dátum.
It's a video.
Egy videó?
I'll hit play once you guys are all ready. You good?
Damn, what's on there? I can't take the suspense.
Mi van rajta? Kawana went to great lengths to keep this video secret. What to
Let's
see
make it
about?
full screen.
Kirakja nagy képernyőre. Egy videó van rajta. Milyen videó?
So did I. Come on, Mitsuru. Quit being a little bitch. I told you to take it in the face. Alright, let's do it over again, okay? Suzuki, make sure you're getting this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really fuck.
Azt mondta Suzuki? Ez itt Mitsurut mondott az elején, a srác, aki leugrott a tetőről és kómába esett emiatt, mert bullyingolták. És azt a lányt ott Suzukinak hívják a videón. A nő, akit Ehara letaperolt. Hogy kerül ez a felvétel Kuvanához? És erről van egy felvétel. Látjátok a dátumot? 2008. 9. hó 17-e. 2008. 13 évvel ezelőtt. Amikor történt. Azelőtt történik egy kicsivel, amit most látunk. Nem, az nem este lesz, az délután lesz valószínűleg. De úgyis szólok róla. Isaac. Ez a felvétel arról, amikor bántják a srácot, és ez ott van a fickónál egy pendrive-on. És az a csaj, aki ott kamerázik, az anyuka, akivel beszélgettünk, és a kisfiát láttuk abban az apartmanban. Az ott Suzuki, akit megtaperolt Ehara. Egy bullyingot elkövető ember. Köszönjük, Ricsi, köszönjük királyságot. Ti vagytok a királyok, hogy néztek. És ez a szemüveges köcsög az, ez itt, aki tudjátok, akit kerestek az árkésok, amikor megjöttünk Kamurocsóba. Ő a bár tulajdonos, látszik a feje, hogy ugyanolyan kis szemüveges. Ez vasztatta ezt a gyereket, meg verte. És ez elvileg már halott. Ugyanúgy bullyingolt, és megölte egy társaság. De nem értem, tehát hogy tudják, hogy vannak még gyerekek az iskolában, és nincs egy felügyelő a folyosón, aki ilyenkor még járkál, és még hát ő az. Strip show is. És a csaj, mindig kell egy csaj közéjük, és az az egy csaj. És feltételezem, hogy a felvételen látható több isekfej, valószínűleg tartom, hogy ők támadták meg a Yokohamát is. Ők lesznek az kék maszkosok. És a csaj felveszi telefonra. Úristen, ez a bullying már egyre gázabb. És ezt gondolj bele, most ez egy felnőtt nő, értitek, aki taperolás áldozata lett ezek után, az meg én nem tudnám elképzelni, hogy ezért ne a taperolás legyen a legkisebb baja. Hogy valaki megfogdosta a seggét, ha ilyen geci gombóc volt tinédzsernek. Fűj! Bepisírt szerencsétlen. Már nem, jobban, ez volt az egyetlen menekülje. Szánalmas, persze, 20-ből könnyű megverni egy embert. Hát igen, egy kicsit más itt a bullying. Ezek, ez ettől durvább. Atyaságos úristen. Tehát ez Mitsurunak a bántalmazó felvétele, egy bizonyíték. De soha nem használták fel bíróságon. Ez volt Kuwanánál? Ez valami ütőkártya. Vagy ezt valahonnan megszerezte. Kérdés, hogy ki készítette ezt a felvételt?
These little shits are the worst.
One of them said something about Mitsuru Kusumoto stripping?
Yeah, he was Sawa-sensei's classmate.
13
years ago, he jumped off the roof of Kurakawa Academy.
He's Reiko Kusumoto's son, right? Vice Minister of the Health Ministry? 30 years old and still in a coma. It seems we've stumbled on private video footage of Mitsuru Kusumoto being bullied.
And it was on Kawana-san's secret flash drive? Why would he have this?
I don't know. But his uncle said it's our lead to Kawana's real identity and motivation.
Huh. Just a moment. This frame gives us a good look at the key players' faces. Why don't we try gleaning what we can
Sounds good.
Most a felvétel... Jó, azt biztosan tudjuk, hogy ezen a felvételen... Tehát...
Suspicious.
Tehát őróla...
If I'm not mistaken, Shinya Kawai was the bully whose name got out to the public.
RK was hunting for him. I have no doubt the guy in the picture they showed
Igen,
me is the
ugyanaz.
same guy in this video. Once RK came to the conclusion Kawai came here to Ijincho, hunting down Kawana for whatever reason.
De mi az az oka, miért Kuwanát keresik? Ez itt Suzuki.
Recording the bullying on her cell phone.
Someone said her name in the video.
There's
Suzuki.
another familiar face. So it all comes circling back to her, huh?
Right. This Suzuki girl has a different name now.
Látok, hogy is hívják? Tehát nem Yokosawa, azt tudjuk. Nem Reiko. Saori Shios, nem. Yui Mamiya, ez a neve.
Yui Mamiya, the victim in the
Ez Ehara a taperoló incidensnek az áldozata is itt van.
Sawa-sensei also told me that Mitsuru Kusumoto and Mamiya were classmates 13 years ago.
Yep. So we're looking at Yui Mamiya in high school.
Mamiya-san, huh? What's she like underneath it all?
Originally, word got around that Shinya Kawai was the one bullying Mitsuru Kusumoto. After watching this, though, the truth of the matter doesn't quite line up. There were really about 10 bullies involved at the time, and Yui Mamiya was one of them.
Yeah. If this video got leaked, Mamiya and the other students in it would be in deep shit.
Igen. Az a videó napvilágot látna, mind a 10 mennének a picsába.
The ones who drove a kid into a coma. If word got out, they'd be crucified by the public.
Igen, hogy a keresztre feszíti őket a nép, ha ez kikerül.
Hey. Suspicious.
Ez a srác, ezt tudjuk.
This guy's face is familiar.
I don't know him either. Who is he?
I think I remember him. I saw him at the crime scene where Mikoshiba's body was.
Emlékeztek a Mikoshibának az eseténél. Szia, Maxedit! Akaike. Ugye ő is ott volt, és ugye azt mondta, hogy csak fogadásból jöttek megnézni. Nem, ők pontosan minket figyeltek.
But the real question is, why was Kawana the one with the video?
Mi az, amit nem veszünk észre?
What the?
Dátum.
September 17th, 13 years ago.
Oh,
It's past...
wait, this is...
Got something?
I just cross-referenced the date Mitsuru Kusumoto jumped. September 17th.
Ezután ugrott le.
That can only mean this video was recorded very shortly before his suicide attempt.
Hey.
Itt van Mitsuru, azt vágjuk. Van más, amit ezen észre kéne. Nézzük meg Mitsuru.
I feel bad for
13 years ago, his mother was still just some nobody working at the Ministry of Health. She seems to have split with her husband and looks after her son on her own now. I don't know all the details, though.
Hey, crazy theory, but what if this husband she left was actually Koana-san? And maybe he recorded this to secretly check on his son?
No, Koana doesn't look like he could have a 30-year-old kid. Let's look for other possibilities.
Mi lehet itt a kapcsolat? Oké, ő halott, ezt tudjuk, ez biztos. Ő Yui Mamiya néven most nyomozás volt ugye a taperolás ügyében. Azzal biztosított alibit Eharának, aki megölt egy másik bulit. Tehát gyakorlatilag valamit, ha bullikat használnák fel arra, hogy elvégezzék a piszkos munkát, aztán alibit biztosítsanak az egészhez, és így megúszza az, aki elkövette, viszont a bulliknak tovább romlik a lehetőséget. Tehát gyakorlatilag felhasználják őket. Ügyes Eharától.
The video may have provided some interesting connections, but we still don't have that crucial link. The link being the reason Koana-san came to possess this, of course.
Right. Koana's either the one who recorded it himself, or is at least a recipient of the video from the original witness.
Koana-san and Sawa-sensei knew each other somehow, right? Well, then, maybe Sawa-sensei recorded it 13 years ago, and then had Koana-san look into it, as one of his handyman requests.
It's possible, but it just feels off.
Why's that?
Because of what Siren's owner said to me.
Okay.
You'll understand once you see what's on the lighter. Both Koana-kun's past and his purpose.
A múltját és a
we'll know
célját.
Koana's true identity once we watch the video. That hasn't been the case so far.
Yeah. What identity could we draw from a secret recording of some bullies?
Assuming Koana's in his early 40s, he would have been about 30 13 years ago. What if he was a school teacher of the students in the video?
In that case, we should consult the yearbook Segura-shi brought back.
Igen, az évkönyv.
Sensei's room? You still have yet to...
That's right. Let me go get it.
The way you're talking, I assume you've already taken a peek?
We have, but unfortunately we didn't find Koana-san's face among the teachers.
This is the page for Mitsuru Kusumoto's class. Both Sawa-sensei and Mamiya are there too.
So the homeroom teacher was... this guy.
Apparently he witnessed bullies harassing Mitsuru multiple times, yet he would overlook it.
De átnézett
All he
rajta.
did was smile and tell them not to overdo it.
It's not Koana. This is someone...
Ugye emlékeztek, azt mondta Sawa is, hogy azt mondta a tanárja, hogy ne reagálja túl a Mitsuru, és hagyja a picsába. Meg nem segített rajta, hanem még mosolygott is.
We checked the rest of the teachers too, but never spotted Koana-san.
Mitsuru Kusumoto. This picture doesn't look like it was shot for a yearbook.
Correct. He was most likely already in a coma when photo time rolled around.
Sawa-sensei isn't smiling at all in...
Huh.
Hát miért
She did
mosolyogna?
mention she blew
Egy
off her
gyilkos
class
osztálya
reunion.
van.
In fact, she hadn't kept in touch with her classmates at all.
No surprise there. Mitsuru-kun would be bound to come up at some point.
This is Yui Suzuki. She's definitely one of the girls in the video.
Yet
Yeah,
another
we
classmate involved with Mitsuru Kusumoto.
Seems like a bunch of the students on this page were in the video, huh?
Yeah, but I can't find Shinya Kawai in here.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. He's not in there.
If I'm not mistaken, Kawai left the school once he started catching flack for being Mitsuru-kun's bully.
Ó, nem, ő kilépett a
At least,
suliból.
that's what I read online. No real evidence yet, but it definitely sounds like how it would have played out.
But the truth is, there were more bullies who should have seen consequences besides Kawai.
Valami még ebben a könyvben nem tetszik Megaminak. Does anything sticks out strange about this yearbook? Például nekem az első, ami feltűnik, hogy miért rakták ide föntre.
Hey. Suspicious. Hey. Suspicious. What the? Hey. What the? Hey.
Tanárral mi van?
The worst part is that his teacher knew.
A
They
tanár
even
tudta.
talked to the bullies about it. But all he said was, don't overdo it.
Csak annyit mondott a bulliknak, hogy ne vigyék
The
túlzásba.
public eviscerated him. He had to quit his teaching job.
Hold on. If he was dismissed,
You figure something out?
the homeroom teacher at the time of the incident did take some flack. He got forced out of teaching.
Kirúgták.
What of it?
If that's the case, couldn't this teacher in the yearbook just be filling in for the other one?
I see. That definitely sounds
Ez nem a
likely.
tanár!
Let me search for the original teacher's name.
Nem az
There's a
eredeti
chance he
tanár.
won't be the same guy in the
Mert
yearbook.
kirúgták azt, aki Tehát ez nem a tanár, akiről szó van, aki azt mondta, hogy nézzen át rajta. Ki az eredeti tanáruk?
Yagamishi, I found it. The name of Mitsuru Kusumoto's former homeroom teacher. You were right. It wasn't the same teacher in the yearbook. This one's name is Yu Kitakata.
Kitakata?
Kitakata.
Don't tell me that's...
His real name's Kitakata. Ring any bells?
That's Kawana's real name.
Kuwana volt a
Someone said
tanár.
it to me once.
So, Kuwana-san was the original homeroom teacher?
Ő volt a
I
tanár.
just found a picture. This is Kitakata-sensei from 13 years ago.
It's Kawana.
Ez Kuwana.
That's him, all right.
Ő a tanár, aki hagyta az egész
Not only
bullying.
that, Sawa-sensei was part of this class, which makes Kawana her homeroom teacher too. This is the link we've been looking for.
Ezért jött Sawahoz.
Everything is clicked into place. Kawana-san was the linchpin of this case.
So, 13 years ago, Yu Kitakata left teaching behind after Mitsuru-kun's incident, and became Kawana the handyman. That's what made him turn to his uncle at Siren for help. He told me Kawana tried really hard to make it in the underground. Had some good reason for it.
Még hogy bemászott a föld alá.
What could that...
Mi volt a célja? Bosszút álljon a bullikon, hogy underground big shot legyen, hogy az alvilági nagymenő legyen, hogy ő legyen a legjobb handyman, az biztos nem. Talán a bullikon.
To get revenge on the bullies. Maybe Kawana blames the fact that he had to quit teaching on the bullies who caused it to happen. Then, maybe all his hatred got aimed at Shinya Kawai?
Possible. He was abducted 5 years ago by individuals thought to be his acquaintances.
I wouldn't rule it out. RK might have learned of Kawana's involvement while searching for Kawai. Maybe they came to a Gene show so they could get details on the incident from him?
Yes, that would explain RK's arrival in town as well.
Hold up. Individuals who were his acquaintances? Meaning more people besides Kawana-san, right? Could that mean...
You got it.
Evidence we gathered so far should have clues on who knew Kawai. Ki tudta ki Kawai? Sawa.
Our clue is right in here.
It is?
Really?
Ja nem. Bocs. A videó?
We already know
This dude's...
individuals acquainted with Kawhi.
But why would they wind up abducting him?
Huh. Maybe Kawana...
What makes you say that?
Well, Kawana had this on a secret flash drive, right? But to anyone in this video, it would be their worst nightmare for it to show up now. If it did, they'd be busted as bullies who drove a high school kid to suicide.
Yeah, it'd be a real disaster for them if that got out. They'd probably be in the public eye.
Which means this video is Kawana's leverage. It's how he got them to go after Kawhi.
Lehet, hogy ő vette rá, hogy Kawhi-t öljék meg.
Kawhi was killed, right?
RK is the only one saying Kawhi was murdered. No body's been recovered yet either.
Okay, hang on. I'm barely keeping up with this.
Yeah, it's a bunch of what-ifs stacked on top of each other. But there is somebody who could potentially confirm this.
Who'd that be?
Someone in the video. Mamiya, for example. I've met with her. If she was involved with Kawhi's abduction, she could probably tell us what we want to know.
I agree. Yagamishi's provided a working theory that ties together the Kamurocho and Ijincho incidents. So if we can get Yui Mamiya to corroborate this, we should be able to extract even more information from her. Perhaps even including Kawana-san's whereabouts.
Yeah. Looks Miko Shiba will get all the answers.
And I guess this is bringing us that much closer?
Hopefully.
You should accompany him, Sugiurashi. Considering we seem to be kicking the investigation into high gear, with Kaito-san out of commission, I'm sure Yagamishi could use a helping hand. I'll be fine right here.
Your call, Tsukumo-kun. I'm cool with whatever.
Thanks for lending him out, Tsukumo. I'll make sure he comes back in one piece.
Hey, don't underestimate him as a party member. He can hold his own if you let him.
Mondjuk igen, azért elég sokszor mentett meg minket. Elég durvák lettek a dolgok. Na jó, pihenjünk. Nem értem amúgy még sok mindent.
You know how they say your life flashes before your eyes when you're dying? That shit's real talk.
Szájkorrektor kell neked.
Yeah. There I am, bleeding out. And suddenly I'm getting the 3rd degree from Matsugane-san. Back when I was still just a rookie, Captain Hamura stares me down like, time to lose that pinky. And then, Higashi starts crying for me. Oh, if I'm gonna go, I ought to get a better final scene than that shit, right?
Ha mennem kell jobb utolsó élményt
akarok. Rosier when the time comes for real. Glad you pulled through, man.
That bastard Soma, though. Next time, he's fucked. We could have avenged Sawa-sensei if it weren't for that stupid ambush.
Well, you didn't tell the cops about him, did you?
Had to give the cops a statement, so I did. With a generous side of bullshit.
That'll get you busted, you know.
I'm joking. All I said was the truth, that I got knifed by the same twisted fuck who got Sawa-sensei.
In that case, it's only a matter of time until Soma's arrested. So for now, we'll go after Kawana, the piece that ties it all together. We just have to find him before RK does.
Kawana, huh? He's on my shit list too, just so you know.
Huh?
Kawana must have had some sort of agenda back when he first met us. In fact, it's probably because you were looking into Miko Shiba. He palled around with me all because of that. I'm just a sucker of the agency, huh?
I wouldn't say that.
Still. The moment an ass for me to kick turns up, this is the shape I'm in.
Just focus on getting better.
What? Sugiura gonna give me the cold shoulder?
He and I are off to question Mamiya. He said he'd drive us from Ijincho and everything.
Én akkor Kaito most offos, úgyhogy most nekünk kell elmenni a kisasszonynak elmagyarázni, hogy talán lehetett volna kooperatívabb is, amikor elmondta ezt, 13 éve egy fiúnak a halálát, meg a cikizését nem kellett volna túlzásba vinni. A parasztság mellett, olyan bunkón fogadott minket. Elmondtam be mindent a rendőrségnek, elmondok is elmét! Ó, most köpni fogsz? Mindent elmondatunk vele. Külön jövünk a lakásba. Szoba, a gyerekkel lakására kell menjünk. Mielőtt elmegyünk a Yokohamába, gyors az iskolát is belessük. Más mellé. Ez az Ichinjo Hounds-ot... Hadd nézzem már meg. Nevezzük a spontán kíváncsiság. Mit árulsz? Sushi set kell. Kifogytunk teljesen a kajából. Ó, te vagy az emberem? Stamina X. Nincs mit, haver, nincs mit. Öröm volt veled üzletelni? Csak ez mi az a Hounds ötlet? Ó, már új cuccok vannak nála. Hogy mi? Xbox Duration 30% plusz. Spingolunk. Grip Gouge, a fogás lehetősége. Látok, egy másodperc. Gear. És nekünk egy ilyen beltünk van, ami az attackot növeli. Yeah. Az egy XI 20%, EX Boost. Nope. Ez attackot növel, ez a skateboardunk. Arm support. Ami nekünk van, az arm supportnak tűnik most a legjobbnak. Erre költjük a pénzt, ruhára. Shoppingoltunk. Csak azért iszunk egy pohár kávát. Nem jövök rá a Tiger-es dologra. Egyszer 1000 XP-nk van? Miért nem szóltak? Stunned enemies. Ezek abilities. Ó, Immortál. Van egy ilyen... Azt a jó, ez kell. Ez azt csinálja, hogy ha nagyon közel vagyunk, a low health-nél vagyunk, és benyomjuk az EX-et, akkor elkezdi visszatölteni a HP-nkat. És addig se veszetetek meg, ez kellett nekem.
Really, guys?
Deszkások.
Hey.
Mitsui!
I see. Yeah.
Beállunk deszkázónak? Az a nyomás a Yokohamába. Még maradt egy kis időnk a streamből, meg egy 40 perc.
Oh. Does that mean
No.
Ez a Blue King-es.
Gotcha.
1000-nél több szkórt kell csináljunk. Ennyi deszka van.
Here we go!
Ennyi? Hogy mit lehet a pontokat elkölteni.
Ah.
Ezek a kemény arcok, a kékbe vannak, kékek. A kék király. Nem is tudtam már ezek benne, vagy te vagy a kék király.
Huh?
Hmm?
Huh?
Hmm?
Az lehet az appealinket. Mondjuk ők a Blue Kingnek vannak, akik a professzor ellen vannak, akkor nem értem, hogy miért nem örülnek, hogy mi meg le akarjuk buktatni a professzort. Oh-oh.
Hmm?
Let's go.
Bitch slap.
Hey.
Hey!
Yeah.
How's it going? Yagami-san!
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Jó nagy végül is. 3-as szín, 5-ös színére. Skatepark, az megnyílt nekünk most már. Heroes Harvest. Flower to go. Az a skatepark. Láttam egy retket.
Irashaimase. Arigatou go. Irashaimase.
Ez még ilyen... mindenféle fejlesztő holmikat árul. Na a skateparkban most nem megyünk, mert igazából annyi volt a cél, hogy legalább meg legyen nyitva, de annyi ez a skateboardos. Ja, ittas vagyok. Még nagyon kicsit be vagyok rúgva. Akartam mondani, hogy olyan rég ütöttek már el. Most, ha kiment a szesz, már is jobban megy. Ezen az utcán nem lehet deszkázni. Na, ezek itt szúrt ki a mókus, hogy nem nézek jobbra-balra, hm? Ha így találsz egy mókus, még eljutok a Yokohamáig, már is adom az 5-öst. Én is sasolok. Ó, ne! Ez a fickó úgy hiányzott nekem, mint egy segkinövés. Ó, nyugodjál már a kurva anyádat. Találtam egy paradicsomot. Egy másodpercesre kíváncsi vagyok, mert most azt hiszem van a 4 play pass, most már csak beenged a spiné. Mert hány play passom van? Kettő. Azt 3 kéne. Meg ezt is megtudtuk, hogy erre sincs. Nem, a deszkás nem kell. Az megvolt. Azt onnan tudod, hogyha ránézel... Jó, ki kell menjek. Látod, és akkor itt már meg van nyitva a deszkás pálya, úgyhogy ez meg van oldva. Ott volt szép. A bunyók után általában van. Na te büdös paraszt. Az meg ez állandóan dobálgetsz. Csicskalángos.
Really, guys?
Paraszt. Na, most, hogy ezt is tisztáztuk. Ez egy aranycoin? Te még mindig? Szerintem azt tudja, hogy a skateparkból lehet hasznosítani azokat a pontokat. Biztos ott lehetem, hogy új deszkákat is szerezni. Ami rendre visszaadja ezeket a nagy öltönyösöket, hogy elvernek akkor is. Az egy kőbontó kalapácsnál. Igen, ha valaki nem ismerne fel, igen, ez egy kőbontó kalapács. Hiszem, hogy 1000 ilyenbe kerül ez a szar. Na. Nem dobta el! Ez a lefegyverző move, te paraszt! Akkor a celőfelő elveszik. Csak elengeded? És nem! Tökéletes. Gyere! Elejti a kőbontó kalapácsot, de sokra nem megyek. Hát ez milyen hely. Hát, ez meg mi? És ide miért lehet bejönni? Oké, hol vagyok? Olyan helyen vagyok, ahol nem kéne. És ami az érdekes, itt nincs mókus, pedig itt azért el tudtam volna képzelni. Nem tudom. De szerintem ez itt egy olyan hely, ahol nem, még túl korán jöttem. Mert tudjuk, hogy itt a kis utcában itt ahol az egyik mókust leltük. Jaj, ne, csak ti ne. Nem akarom, most már elegem van belőlük. Boom.
Really, guys?
Szia, Maja! Hát jöttök a boltba, lesz egy meglepim. Itt a kutyus. Még nem volt itt az épület.
There you are. Attaboy. Good dog. Very good dog.
Tehát a pépaszt.
Drawing. I can hear it. There it is. What could this mean? Getting warmer. Signal's close.
Valahol itt van.
Getting warmer.
Villanypót.
Bingo. What could this mean?
Ó, ez már egy 3-as mókus, várjátok, ez most drónos, mert ez repülős. Stripted paint. Ez a 10. Móki. Na.
So we have to see Mommy?
Nézzük meg.
Alright, if your theory is accurate, then Mamiya was involved in both Kawai and Mikoshiba's murders. And even if that's off, we can at least learn more about Kawana-san as a teacher.
Most biztos másképp fog hozzánk állni, ha így felmutatjuk, hogy...
Yes?
Hi, it's Yagami. I dropped by with Genda Law the other day.
Not again.
I have just a few more questions I'd like to ask you.
You told me the last visit would be your only one. Seriously, why do you keep showing up here uninvited? Please, just...
I suppose I should mention, I'm here today as a detective, not a lawyer.
So what?
And my partner here is Sugiura.
Never heard of him.
He's based in Ijincho. He's working a case. Maybe you saw it on the news? The murder of Seiryo High teacher Yoko Sawa, killed in her own apartment. You and Sawa-san were classmates in high school, is that correct? After leaving Kurokawa 13 years ago, Sawa-san moved to Ijincho to teach. Are you still there?
What is it you want? I haven't seen Yoko-chan since graduation. Now go. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Maybe you'll remember Kitakata-sensei then. I ran into him at Sawa-sensei's home right before the murder. He was your homeroom teacher at Kurokawa, but resigned after the Mitsuru Kusamoto incident. Just like you, he appears to be connected to Sawa-san.
So why am I being singled out? Can't you just ask someone else?
Believe me, it's a long list. But right now, we're here to find out how Sawa-san got mixed up in all this. You two weren't necessarily on bad terms, were you?
If I had to say, we weren't on the best terms either.
How convenient. Because that's a perspective I'd like to hear more about as well.
My husband will be home soon. Can you keep it quick?
I'll give it my best shot.
Exactly. Thanks for hearing us out.
Hold on just a moment.
Nagyon kis kooperatívat. Menjenek, rossz fát ugatnak. Így a faj.
Wonder what's going on. You don't think she bolted, do you?
Wouldn't count on it.
Should we ring again?
Nem kell csengetni. Telefonál valakinek biztos.
I just wanted to clean up a little.
Ó, persze, takarítani, aha. Éjszaka, mi? Munka után. Kit hívtál?
He's at English school right now. I have to pick him up soon.
Doesn't your husband help with any of that? You said he'd be home soon, right?
Excuse me, but you are in no place to make those kinds of comments.
Én kusba lennék a helyedbe, ha tudnám, hogy mi van.
Sorry. Didn't mean to pry.
Well, what is it you want to ask?
Azt mondja, hogy ne idegesítsük föl. Nem mondjuk azt, a fogdosást azt hagyjuk békén, azt tudjuk, hogy aki most az a legizébb, hogy azt... Kezdjük Utsumotóval.
Do you remember Mitsuru Kusamoto?
Yes, we were classmates in high school.
He jumped off the school's roof after his classmate Shinya Kawai bullied him. I hear he's still in a coma, 13 years later.
Weren't you going to ask me about Yoko-chan?
I was. But there seemed to be an awful lot of Kurokawa graduates surrounding this case. And strangely enough, they were all in your class. Kitakata-sensei being the prime example, as well as a guy named Akaike-san. Remember him?
Well, you're right. We were in the same class.
And would you say you're all familiar with Mitsuru Kusamoto's situation?
Yes, but that's not a warm memory for any of us.
Tényleg nem jó emlék! Nem jó emlék! Én úgy emlékszem, hogy azon a felvételen röhögtetek. meg undorítóztátok, meg bepisiltettétek. És nem jó emlék, de furcsa. Általában a nyaralások, meg a kiskutyák, meg a kis cicák a jó emlékek. Tényleg, ez olyan fura, hogy ez ott nem volt jó emlék, hogy miattatok öngyilkos lett egy gyerek. Szívem szerint az arcodba gyűrném az öklömet már most. De hallgassuk.
I understand. I'm sure it's not. Have you been in contact with Kitakata-sensei lately?
I haven't. He's someone I'd rather not have in my life.
Hogy ő az, akit nem kéne az életedbe tartani azért, mert te volt, tehát ez a tipikus ráhárító, hogy ő mondta, hogy nyugodtan, csak ne vigyük túlzásba a bullyingot, és nem lesz baj. Ja, hát végül is. Délután lehet, hogy hazamentetek volna tanulni, inkább az meg mentetek, az bullyingoltatok ezt a szerencsétlen nyomorultat.
Are you surprised that he stayed in Ijincho after resigning from the school?
No, not really.
How about the fact that now he's using an alias?
I had no clue. But again, he has nothing to do with me.
Hát persze, bocsánat. Na és most. Teli vagyunk.
The groping was orchestrated, right?
Excuse you?
When Akihiro Ihara grabbed you on the train, you were in on that, weren't you? The whole thing was a conspiracy, staged to play out as it did.
You need to leave. Right now.
Dude, what gives?
No one would even think to consider a predator and his victim could be accomplices. It's unheard of. But if it was to establish a murder alibi, that's another story, considering how much lighter the sentence is. That way, Ihara got away with killing Mikoshiba, paying only a fraction of the price. But as luck would have it, proving it is going to require you to cooperate with us now.
If you don't get up this second, I am calling the police. I mean it.
Nyugodtan.
It took me quite a long time to figure out how you and Ihara were connected. But once I learned Yokosawa attended Kurakawa, it all started falling into place. She was in your homeroom class. She looked after Toshiro Ihara. She was the link to everyone. But just before I could ask her about any of this, she was murdered by Kamurocho gang. That same gang has been hunting your old teacher, Kitakata-sensei.
What is it you want from me?
Amiya-san, do you have any idea where Kitakata-sensei could be? He may be Kawana the handyman, but he hasn't answered his work line since Sawa-san's murder.
I don't know. He was my teacher a decade ago. I barely remember his face.
Well, I'm willing to wager Kitakata-sensei still remembers yours. I'll prove it right now.
Oh, God.
A videófelvétel. Nem felejti el az arcát, Kuwana.
See for yourself.
No.
This was recorded at Kurakawa Academy 13 years ago. Feeling nostalgic yet?
Mi van, Csajci? Elvitte a
It was well
cica!
hidden. Your Kitakata-sensei had it on a USB drive. He really didn't want this thing being seen. The most interesting...
Mi van? Kegyél, figyelj, hogy nem úgy akartad akkor. Most mondjad!
part is the date. It's the very same day Mitsuru Kusumoto jumped off the school roof. Hanging out in the back, we see you, laughing and cheering right along with the other bullies.
Guess it's safe to say it's a good thing your family wasn't home. Wouldn't exactly want them seeing this, would we?
Has this video come up? Has Kitakata-sensei ever mentioned to you that he had it?
És most nyakon. Ott van a püff. Ennyi, ányom, ennyi. Dugdossuk a múltat, azt hiszed attól szebb a jövő? No.
Please.
Please.
Please delete it.
Egy jó okot mondjuk. Egyet, hogy miért töröljem ki. Nézd, azt a nagy poci szemekkel, hogy nézd. Töröld ki! Mi van, Karen? Nem jött be? Nem jött be a bullying? Most már mentőközünk? Nem én akartam így, ez csak véletlen volt, csak örülnék, kanyargom az életem, az egész élet, 13 évet. Igen, és a srác, aki 13 éve kómában van miattad, meg a hülyeid miatt, annak kiadja vissza az életét. Te szerencsétlen nyomorult.
Considering the angle, I get the feeling that this was recorded in secret.
Mert nem tudnak.
Based on your reaction, did you even know it existed?
De tudtad, hogy létezik. Berúgtál.
You know what happened to Mitsuru-kun. He's been in a coma ever since what you did to him that day. But still, only one of you took the fall. Shinya Kawai took all the blame. Well, sorta, being that he got fired, Kitakata-sensei took heat too. Still, you all just moved right along with your lives. You've even got happy little families.
Nézi az ajtó.
Are you expecting someone?
Bizony.
Amiya-san?
Well, I knew it would happen someday.
What do you mean?
Uh-oh. Hello, Fiuk.
Looks like she wanted some company.
De egyébként az, hogy a telefon itt van, tehát az USB stick nincs itt, fiúk. Mezmen, ezek támadták meg. Jaj, de rossz lesz ez, fiúk. Igen. Valamelyik ötök még óhajt valamit.
Well, this turned into a shit show.
Na lássuk, ki van a maszk alatt. A-játékos? Bully!
And would you look at that? Our old friend Akaike-san showed up to play a part.
Akaike-san, aki csak nézelődik. Olyan ki van a másik három maszk
So you
alatt?
are all working together.
What should we do with them? They're the jerks who hurt Tsukumo-kun, right?
Break every finger on their hand, it still won't make you even. Come on, they may have more on the way. I have an old haunt in mind we move this to. And Mamiya-san's coming with.
Huh?
Let's not cause a scene, okay? I'd hate for a finger to slip and post this video.
Most velünk gyűsz, jányom. Hallani fogsz. Te szemét. Hogy nem is voltál taperolás áldozata, he? Elharap meg az egész banda, most meghúzzuk őket. A videó a birtokunkban van. Na valószínűleg mindenkinek. De egyébként aki benne van. Kamurocho.
Hey, you think this is your personal jail, Yagami? What makes you think you can keep bringing captives here?
Well, it's the safest spot we know. Doesn't it feel good to be such a reliable friend?
Yeah, Higashi, be cool. We won't be around long.
Be cool? You think time's the issue? This is about respect, man.
What's your call? We kicking him out?
Oh, quick bit of news, Higashi-san. Kaito-san got shanked in Yokohama.
What? What the fuck? Kaito Aniki? By who?
You'll know once we're done explaining. Let me introduce. She called up her friends to come after us just a little bit ago.
Yeah. And I'd do it again.
I don't give a shit about that. What happened to Aniki? You better have paid him back already, Yagami. Fuck those RK assholes. And how could Aniki have let him get to him like that?
Now that Higashi-san's up to speed, should we get to it? I imagine Mamiya-san doesn't want to drag this
Oh,
out.
itt is megint van.
To do with me?
First, you'll tell us everything you know. We'll decide how to deal with you afterward.
Na, kezdjék köhögni. Na, kisasszony.
Then let's get this over with.
Let's start with the video. Any thoughts you'd care to share? I found it on a flash drive in Kitakata-sensei's room. Or should I say, Kawana's. I take it that means he's the one who recorded it.
Yes.
That means Kawana already knew back then the rest of you were bullies too?
Yes.
If that's the case, then why was Shinya Kawai the only student thrown under the bus for it? Kawana-san didn't show that tape to anyone else?
We had no idea we were even being taped. We didn't find out about the video, or the reason he sat on it so long until way after graduating.
Why exactly did he sit on it for so long?
Kitakata-sensei said he kept it so he could teach us for the rest of our lives.
What?
If that video came out at the time of the incident, I'm sure life would have been hard for us then. After all, Kawai was exposed online, and that would mean millions of yen in compensation for damages.
Yeah, but you guys could have wound up in the same boat.
No. At most we would have come across as dumb kids he roped into helping him. We might have caught some flack, but people would chalk it up to kids and their cliques and move on. But that's only how I would have gone if it had come out while we were still teenagers.
You're saying circumstances are different now?
I have a child now. A husband, an upscale apartment. If the world sees that tape now, I'll lose it all.
Hát igen, ugye akkor tínédzserként nem kell pöcsnek lenni, és akkor nem biztos, hogy felnőttként fosni kell. Mert egy videókész. Mert az más dolog, hogy itt tudom én tínédzser korodban, amit töntől készül egy videó, hogy seggest ugrasz a Dunajegén, az felmegy az agyadig a, mit tudom én, szar, de az csak egy röhögés lesz. Egy kellemetlen emlék, de kevésbé ilyen. De egy bullying megint más. Ráadásul egy olyan, ahol egy gyerek most kómába fekszik. Azért súlyosbítósi alap ez nem.
The son of a woman who drove a kid to attempt suicide. His life would be ruined.
Hát ugye, és az az anyuka, aki ugye apukával együtt nevelte a gyerekét, és miattatok leugrott a tetőről, annak most sokkal könnyebb az életem, elvált a férjétől, és most az anyuka bejár néha a fiát megnézni, hogy egyszer fölébred, de hát mindjárt sírni fogok érte, hogy te gyerekeddel mi lesz.
That recording is more than kids being cruel. Mitsuru jumped from the school roof that very night, and is still in a coma today.
I get it. You have that much more to lose now than when you were a kid.
És többet veszted, mint akkor gyerekként.
Same for all my classmates. Kurokawa Academy is a prestigious school. After all, most graduates go off to great universities and land high-paying jobs. One started his own company. Others have families.
And they're all in your position too, huh? If that video gets out, they lose everything.
Exactly. Do you get it now? He waited for all of us to get what we wanted in life, just so he could threaten to take it all away. And when that time came...
Hát igen, most ő lett a buli. Direkt hagyta, tudta jól, hogy ez lesz, hogy csak meg kell várnia, megvár egy bullyingos pillanatot. Ügyes Kuwana. El kell ismernem, ez ügyes taktika. Tehát arra játszott Kuwana, hogy pontosan tudta, hogy ez egy olyan iskola, ez egy neves iskola, hogy innen, aki kikerül, az vagy vállalkozó lesz, vagy már családja lesz, és akkor sokat veszthet azon, ha egy múltbéli incidens mondjuk napvilágot lát, és egy bullying. Pláne egy olyan bullying, ami még ha csak éppen el lehetne fölötte siklani ugye a népshaming fölött, ugye ez egy ember életébe került szinte, hiszen kómában van. Tehát ez ezért így tönkrevágna kapásból azt a 10 ember életét. És ha 10 ember van a zsebedben, akinek nagy hatalma van és befolyása, akkor igazából mindent is irányítasz. Te vagy a handyman.
He started contacting us. Every student you see in that video.
When was the first time Kawana approached you?
5 years ago. I was out on a walk with my son when he came strolling up out of the blue. At first, I barely recognized him. His eyes were so hollow. Then, without so much as a word, he took out his phone and played that video. He's a psychopath.
Well, all you kids tormenting Mitsuru looked pretty psychopathic to me.
And you're so perfect. An angel who never once acted out of line.
Ja, az a mentséget, hogy ahogy ti bántatok vele, az se normális, és akkor mert te olyan jó vagy? Nem biztos, de ez neked nem ment fel attól, hogy egy köcsög.
Never lashed out at someone weaker than you, or sided with the group to shut someone out. Everyone does it.
Mindenki meg... hát ez a... Persze, mindenki szarik a WC-be, csak valaki lehúzza, valaki meg ott hagyja, igaz? Tehát, de mind a kettő szart.
We were just lucky enough to have some great teachers picking on some kid who couldn't take it. Why did this have to happen to me?
Hogy miért kell... Ezek a legjobb kérdések, nem? Annyira jó ezt a csajt hallgatni. Miért történik ilyen? Ott voltál? Igen. Baszogattad? Igen. Fel is vetted a sajátoddal is? Hát ez tiszta meglepetések és tömkelege.
I'd say it's because...
Mert azt mondanám, ha itt nagyobb embert basztattak volna 10, aki meg tudja magát védeni, és mondjuk ő is egy köcsög, ott lenne némi empátia esélye, de úgy, hogy ráadásul az osztály leggyengébbét baszogatták. Így nincs magyarázat. De milyen durva, nem? A játék egy bullyingból indult, ami egy kislány ellen szólt egy iskolában, és most ott tartunk, hogy 2 bullying áldozatnak a bullyaival beszélgettünk. Beszarás. Igen, rossz dolgok történnek a rossz emberekkel. Jaj, Jágami, imádom.
You'll sling your barbs from a safe distance, but once you're on the other side of it, you curl up and play victim.
Igen, hogy ha a másik oldalra kell szökteni, én vagyok az áldozat, én nem akartam, hogy így legyen. Hát a videó szerint nem. Na, mondja.
You said it was 5 years ago that Kuwana showed you the video? Reminds me of something Shirosaki-sensei was looking into.
What?
There was this guy. I think his name was Shinya Kawai. Something about him getting snatched off the streets about 5 years back.
És most lehajtotta a fejét, mert tudja.
You're the ones who abducted him in Kamurocho and murdered him.
No, it wasn't us. We could never do something like that.
Wasn't us, huh? So you're not denying he was murdered after all? Who was it then?
All Sensei told us was to find Kawai somewhere in Kamurocho and bring him back with us, no matter what it took.
Tehát ők tehát megölni nem ölték meg, ezt nem ismeri el. Ez lehet, hogy igaz is, mert ezek beszariak ahhoz. De ők rabolták el.
He needs to be there when you all beg for forgiveness. That's all he said. And if we refused, he'd leak the video. So we all went to see Kawai, but he wanted nothing to do with Sensei. Considering he'd cost him everything, that came as no surprise.
But doing nothing would cost the rest of you everything too.
Yes. So we had to force them into a van.
Ismerős. Mintha Mikosibát is valahogy így rángatták volna kocsiba. Vajon kik rángatták erővel be egy vánba? És most már kezdem sejteni, ki volt a hölgy, aki beszélt Sawa sensei-jel.
After he put up a fight.
Yeah, that lines up with what the local eyewitnesses said. So then what happened? Nobody's heard from the guy since.
We were directed to bring him to a wharf in Yokohama. And that's where we begged for forgiveness. After that, he said we were free to go. All except Kawai.
So you left him there alone with Kawana?
We had to. The day after, I got a message on my phone from Sensei.
What did it say?
Nothing. There was only a video. It was of all of us, pushing Kawai into the van. Turns out he recorded what we did in the city. You can see all our faces so clearly. How we
Ezt is fel. Kuwana, most már értem, mit csinál. Nem véletlenül ő a handyman. Mindent a kezében tart. Zsarolással. Minden az övé. Egy gombnyomással, 2 gombnyomás felsereli, és már nincs menekvés.
Covered Kawai's mouth as he screamed for help. Even if you know all the backstory, the video is a clear-cut abduction. As I was watching it the first time, another message came in. This time, a picture. When I saw it, I just went cold. That's when I knew I would never be able to escape him. It was a picture of Kawai. Dead. Anyone who saw those messages would think we killed him after shoving him into the van.
Basz meg, megölte Kawait, és ez egy újabb, tehát oké, a bullyingot azt elhasználja, megtanítja a leckét, megöli ő, és mivel azt látják utána, hogy ők nyomják be a kocsiba, azt hiszik majd mindenki, hogy ők ölték meg.
And that's how he got his real leverage on his former students.
Since then, we've been at his beck and call. No matter what he tells us to do, we wouldn't dare refuse him.
Nincs menekülési.
Orders?
That man, he forces us to help him. He makes us accomplices to murder.
Murder? What the hell? Murder who exactly?
Any bullies involved in suicides.
Hogy őket használja minden buli ellen, hogy megölje őket.
Sensei's got it in for. Anyone he could find across the country. He doesn't even care how old the case is. If a student commits suicide, and bullying is suspected as the cause, he'll turn up. As far as I know, counting Kawai, I think he's killed at least 7 people.
7? How's he doing this?
So his idea of justice is killing bullies? Across the entire country?
He said that's the only way we can atone. Anyone who drives someone to suicide must always face justice. Until society comes to terms with this, he says we'll keep getting our hands dirty. That way, we might be able to save the next few Mitsurus before it's too late for them.
Mert ő Mitsurukat menti.
Not sure I should say this out loud, but I'm kind of rooting for this guy now.
Yeah, let's not.
So was the murder of Hiro Mikoshiba part of that agenda? We know Mikoshiba drove Ihara-san to suicide 4 years prior. That has to be why Kawana let Ihara murder him, and how you found your role in establishing his alibi.
Not just me. Grabbing Mikoshiba required a good number of people. All the people who pinned Ihara down, and even the ones who filmed it, they were working for Sensei.
Hogy akik, na erről beszéltem, emlékeztek? Hogy túl gyanús végszaladhatott Ihara az egész állomáson, és végül elkapja 3 ember, amúgy mindenki szarik rá, hogy megfogdosták valakinek a seggét, de pont 3 ember, akik még le is videózzák, meg leszedik róla a szemüveget, meg minden, hogy még véletlenül se lehessen az. Tehát, hogy olyan jól összekomponálták, hogy...
We had an unspoken agreement that we wouldn't directly take part in any killing. He just makes us his accomplices somehow. Like luring a target or digging a hole for a body. But the one...
Csak lyukat kellett ásniuk a holttesteknek, meg követni. Meg előcsalni.
If we do, he'll send his video of us abducting Kawai to the police. And then Kawai's body will turn up with our fingerprints all over his corpse. And we know that because he's hidden Kawai's corpse in a freezer somewhere.
Ja, hogy nincs meg Kawai holtteste, mert elrakta, és rajta vannak az ujjanyomok.
One of his murder victims?
So as long as he has that, you're wrapped around his finger.
Sounds to me like Kawana's had one thing on his mind for 13 years. Sitting on that video and becoming an Ijincho handyman was all in service of his real motive, killing off bullies. He's dragged all his former students into this hell, until the day it destroys every single one of you.
Is today that day?
We'll see. I'm still curious about a few things, though, if you don't mind.
What?
There are these scumbags chasing down Kawana called RK. What part did they play? Strangely enough, they never came up once during your confession. So tell me, why'd they come for Yokosawa?
That I don't know for certain. But Sensei did reach out to Yoko-chan about 6 months ago over the phone. He was asking her about the suicide at Seiryo High.
The suicide at Seiryo High? You must be talking about Toshiro Ihara.
The lawsuit played out like no bullying took place, right? That the school wasn't responsible. But Yoko-chan was a teacher there, and Sensei was able to get the truth out of her.
How'd he do that? What did he say?
From Yoko-chan's perspective, she and Sensei were both just teachers dealing with students attempting suicide. I think that's why she let her guard down and told them everything.
Hogy Sawával azért beszélt, mert kiszedte belőle, hogy Ihara a fiát mi vette rá a gyilkosságra szerinte.
After learning the truth, Sensei believed Mikoshiba needed to be held accountable.
So if Sawa-sensei hadn't talked to him, Ihara wouldn't have gotten involved? And none of this would be happening in Ijincho?
Possibly.
No, this isn't right. Sawa-sensei didn't know Kawana's identity or his objectives. She thought she was just talking through her problems with a sympathetic ex-teacher. At the very least, she sure as hell didn't deserve to die for that.
It's not like we're the ones who did it.
Telefon. Na olyan kihív.
Block number. Hello?
Yo, know who this is, Yagami?
Kawana?
Yeah. I heard you're looking for me.
Kawana te
Where are you?
I'm willing to meet you now if you come alone. But you have to let Mamiya go in exchange.
What?
All right. She's free as soon as I see you.
Works for me. Then come on down to your office. I thought I'd let myself in.
What?
Gotta say, this chair's pretty comfy.
Irodámban ül.
Pretty sure I locked up behind me when I left.
Listen, I'll only meet you alone. No one else. And don't make me wait long, or I could change my mind.
He told me to meet him alone. You can let Mamiya-san go once I confirm he's there.
You gonna be alright by yourself?
Well, he already knows Mamiya-san's with us. I'm guessing he was watching us from somewhere. And I can't afford to do anything that would piss him off enough to make him disappear.
Got it.
No. We'll take care of this end of it. Shouldn't you move your ass?
Hihetetlen. Legalább a csajtól megtudtuk az igazságokat. Hopp, hopp. Ne kúrj fel, hogy itt is vannak.
What could this mean? Here we go. The signal's close.
Az meg is itt is vannak mókusok. Ezért volt gyanús, hogy nincsen. Mi be vagyunk rúgva, baszki. Jó, még beszélünk vele, de az lesz a stream vége szerintem.
Stay down. Csőmancs. Nem tudom kérni az ajándékot. Na, Kuwana. Nyitott ablak. Vajon hol fog kimenni?
Hope you don't mind, I let myself in. Now, are you gonna hold up your end and release Yui Mamiya? Come on. You and I can either try to make this work, or neither of us is gonna get what we want. So, you gonna make the call or what?
Hello? Yagami-san?
I'm with Kawana. You can let Mamiya-san go.
Got it. Will do.
Sorry about all this, Yagami. Why don't you sit down? This time you and I had a heart-to-heart. How's Kaito holding up?
Kaito-san's recovering in the hospital. For now. Sawa-sensei is another story, though.
I can hardly believe it. She was the last person I wanted to get mixed up in all this shit.
If that's the case, why were you already waiting in her apartment? RK's top men were lying in wait over there to get their hands on you. So why was she the one lying on the ground? Answer me, Kawana. Was it because of you?
Would you feel better if it was?
How dare you?
You're thinking that if you hadn't stuck your nose in her affairs, she might be at home grading her papers right now. You tell me. Is that what's eating away at you right now? Because if it is, you're mistaken. That guilt is mine alone to bear. It's my burden to carry. When I saw on the news that she had been murdered in cold blood, it felt like the whole world had stopped spinning to me. I would take it all back right now if I could. But unfortunately, to fix this, I'd need to turn the clock back further than you'd think.
You mean back to when you were a school teacher?
Yeah, basically. Back to when I still had a little faith in humanity. Seeing someone's life get cut short, you never really bounce back from it, do you? But I don't have to tell you that. I did my homework on you, Yagami. It seems you were a fairly accomplished lawyer. You even scored a murder acquittal. But we both know how that ended. The death of an innocent young woman.
Igen. Yagami ezért akadt ki, amikor meglátta Sawát, mert ugye itt detektívként sült fel a munkájával, és egy fiatal nő halálát okozta, itt meg ugye ügyvédként. És még ha meg is oldotta az ügyet, akkor sem hozhatja vissza.
You and I are the same. We both have scars.
And
they're the type of scars that never fully heal.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
But for Sawa-kun, it was 13 years ago. The very day before Mitsuru Kusumoto jumped. She stopped me in the hall so she could tell me about how serious the bullying really was. Up until that day, I just assumed it was boys being boys.
Ja, hogy ő nem azért mondta, hogy átnéz rajta, mert hogy ezért csak azt hitte, hogy a fiúk ökörködnek.
Teasing.
Azt hitte csak, hogy ez ilyen... Azt hitte, hogy csak...
They'd get bored with it, and then they'd move on.
Megint meg...
Come on. Kawai had to have been twice the size of Mitsuru. It's not like I'd seen any fighting. So I warned him not to overdo it. And eventually he would take the hint.
Well, according to what I was told, you smirked, actually.
Yeah. I guess that's what I did. I was too late. Sawa-kun had to point it out. Sensei, how could you be so blind? She asked. Her eyes were this piercing mix of pity and scorn. According to what she told me, nearly half the class was bullying Mitsuru. She said she'd seen him at the station. She made it sound like he had half a mind to jump onto the tracks right then and there. I'm not so presumptuous anymore. But back then I used to think my students were my biggest fans. I thought I'd won their hearts and minds. But the look on Sawa-kun's face that day made me see the truth. I couldn't just go on smiling like nothing happened. So I decided to do my homework. The next day I put a hidden camera in the classroom after school.
Aha, tehát az öngyilkosság előtt még ugye Sawa mondta neki, hogy lehet ilyen vak, hogy nem vesz észre, hogy ez már sok, mert majdnem már a gyerek előtte lévő nap is leugrott a sinekre, ezért elrejtette a kamerát. De igazából, hogy mondjam nektek, ez nem volt, szerintem ez így se úgy se megoldás. Az lett volna a megoldás a videó helyett, hogy odafigyel rá, hogy vigyázz rá, mint tanára.
So you admit that you're the one who recorded that video?
Yeah. You saw it, right? Talk about the ugly side of kids. Hard to watch, wasn't it? Unfortunately, by the time I picked up the camera and saw what it recorded, Mitsuru had made his jump. I missed him by a few crucial moments. What happened in that classroom was the final straw. Later on, all the bullies were asked what happened. Each and every one of them lied. Kawhi started it. It wasn't our idea, they said. To anyone outside of it, all they'd seen was Kawhi forcing Mitsuru to do his bidding. So the people held culpable were Kawhi and myself. The callous homeroom teacher who deliberately turned a blind eye. That was the day I began living my life with real purpose.
So you couldn't forgive your students who got away with bullying. You went so far. You put aside your own life to make sure they atone somehow.
That's right. Mitsuru Kusumoto's still a vegetable. He's as good as dead. But I don't care. We have no right to forget about him.
You say that, even though Sawa-sensei ended up paying for it. I'll ask you again. Why were you at her apartment the other day? Don't dodge the question this time.
I wouldn't say I dodged it, but I suppose I should explain from the beginning. 4 years ago, there was a suicide at Sawa-kun's school.
Again.
It was her own student this time. You know this, right? A student had said... When she was in court, Sawa-kun had no choice but to say there wasn't any bullying. Soon as she told me that, I knew Hiro Mikoshiba would be my next target. Of course, she had no idea about any of that. When Sawa-kun learned Mikoshiba had been murdered, though, she reached out to me herself.
What did she want?
She had a sneaking suspicion that I was involved in his death. She called me a few times, prodding carefully for answers. Quite the perceptive lady, really.
And? What kind of answers did you give her?
I denied any knowledge of it, but at one point, she mentioned something kind of odd. That there was a detective at the school already investigating the incident.
Oh, Yagami.
She meant you, of course. A detective already knee-deep into the case, despite the police barely even knowing about Mikoshiba.
The police are a pain in the ass. But when an out-of-town detective comes sniffing around, that's bad. I knew I had to act fast to get you off the trail. Although, Sawa-kun was a problem too. I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone.
And then what?
First, I found out where the two of you would be meeting up, at that little cafe. Then, I hired the Liumang to step in. But you put up one hell of a fight. They had strength in numbers, but you would have taken out the whole group if I hadn't stepped in. Nonetheless, my other message went through. At the same time, Sawa-kun was handed a photo of Mikoshiba's final moments. I left that task to someone you know. Yue Mamiya.
Mamiya volt. Mondtam, hogy ő volt a nő.
Sawa-kun had no idea.
The lady in the sunglasses. Yue Mamiya was involved in that too?
Everything I did that night was intended as a warning to Sawa-kun. Although, I guess I didn't have to be so extreme about it.
Yeah. Sawa-sensei was too smart. She must have started suspecting that you'd had something to do with Mikoshiba's murder. After all, who else could have known we'd be meeting at that cafe? She'd have traced it right back to you.
Even if Sawa-kun had started to suspect me, I knew she wouldn't sell me out to the cops. We're too alike. The both of us lost students to suicide on our watch. That said, I couldn't bear the thought of dragging her down into the mess I started, so I scared her off, and I thought she would stay away. The day she was killed, she called to ask if we could speak in person. I could tell something was wrong. She was on the verge of tears the whole call. Then she broke down. I asked her why, of course, but she wouldn't give me a straight answer no matter how I tried to phrase the question.
So then what? Did you just waltz on over there? It doesn't seem like you.
Watch it. You don't know me well enough to say that.
Maybe. But I assume you had some sort of plan going in. Were you gonna confess to her?
Here's the thing. If she'd figured out that I was behind Mikoshiba, and it didn't sit well with her, I would have told her every last detail. Sawa-kun, no. I think she would have understood me. Or at least that's what I had believed. In hindsight, I think she was forced to make that call. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure she'd have rather washed her hands of me. Hard as it is to hear, I think she called me under duress. RK probably had her hostage. That would explain the vague responses. That's probably why her voice was trembling. It's tragic.
You mean it was RK? Why do they want you so badly anyway?
I don't know.
What?
If I knew their angle, I'd be doing more than just scurrying around.
You serious?
Believe me, I'm just as clueless as you are, much as I hate to admit it. Honest. I'm not thrilled that a small army wants my head on a platter. Have you noticed how RK seems to show up at the worst possible times? Someone must be pulling their strings.
Then we're on the same page. At least we agree on something.
Just a sec. Yeah. I'm still over here with Yagami-san. You're not being tailed by any of his guys, are you? Okay. Then I'll meet you right now. That was Mamiya-kun. She said she's free. You guys have been true to your word. Tell Sugiura-kun that I said thank you.
Now you want to go? We still have some business to settle here.
Now remember, I'm the handyman here. Let me do the dirty work. I don't know what else to tell you. But you need to get out. While you still can.
If you disappear into the night, I don't want to go busting my ass just to find you again. Before you leave, I'll need some contact info. A phone number would be nice.
Oh, no need for that. As far as I'm concerned, this is goodbye.
I wouldn't count on that.
Ó, bazzeg, még egy kergetőzés.
You won't get away.
Leave me alone.
És álmodj róla, ki van. Jössz velem. Itt is egy mókus amúgy. Képtelen már belerugni. Egy tökre azt írtam. Majdnem. Elkapta. Állj már el. Ez is staminád. Elkaptuk. Na, Most te még levegőt veszel.
Yeah. Catch you later. Oh, damn it. Get back here.
SP. Hova rohant?
Where'd he go?
Kawana!
You guys again. You really need the masks? Come on, Kurakawa kids.
You heard that, right? The detective here already knows everything.
Kawana!
What are you going to do now? What do you think happens when he spills everything? Sounds like your lives are over, unless you shut him up.
But Sensei, you'll finish the job for us, right?
Huh? Is that you, Akaike?
Oh, he's even got a name to your voice. I know,
Okay then.
Come on.
Isten. A Jokerek! Egy lefegyverzés. 2. 3. Van még? Még neked is van. Pacsi! A bullikat már csak egy módon szabad rendezni. Hatásos rávezetéssel. Hol vagy? Nyugi! Na gyere! Első ütés. Enni fog kisebben. Második ütés. Harmadik ütés. Kiestél! Ez ott a pöcsköszörű. Így meg is merevedették. De Kawana tuti lelépett az idő alatt.
Kawana? Oh no, Kawana! Really? So nice of you to stick around. Mamiya-san.
Hello!
Well, since Kawana couldn't stay, it sounds like you're not out of the woods just yet, huh?
Az égiek szóltak. 9. chapter done. Yes. 2 órába került. De megoldottuk. Catch a tiger. Kapjuk el a tigrist. 10. chapter fog következni, de nem ma. Mára elég volt. Holnap nem lesz stream, holnap szórakozni megyünk a kedves párommal, úgyhogy meg Isaackel, meg a családdal, úgyhogy köszönöm szépen, hogy itt voltatok. Ha tetszett a videó és hogy szétvertem pár koponyacsontot, akkor csapjatok lájkot, és mókusvadászatra fel. Aki tudja, hol vannak a mókusok, mondja el. Cin, 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 cin. Jó ét!